Hello everybody, it's Steve, and it's Saturday, and that means this morning was Dygycon. And man, is it so fun to be in a bull market of crypto, because my little YouTube account is now up to 663 subscribers, and for somebody that for a long time didn't even have 100, thank you all so much for supporting me. To see my videos that used to, you can look through, and a long time ago, I got 5 views. I got 3 views on stuff, 5 and 3s and 2s, and I hit a few gems that got 200, and I even had 1 or 2 go to 1,000, and my best, highest video now is getting up near 4,000 views, which is pretty exciting to talk about, and there's just a lot going on. I'm having a lot of fun in the crypto world. I hope you guys are. There's just so much cool stuff going on. I know I told you all about Cub Finance. If you haven't checked out Cub Finance, you really maybe should take a look. I'll just show it really quickly. Because Cub is related to Hive, and then I'm going to get into something kind of fun that's just more Hive based, and I might lose some of you all. But I mean, the token, it went down to 3 and change. It's bounced up back up to 580. It's obvious that a lot of people are staking. Their total valued lock is up to 12 million, so they're doing really well there. Sorry, just had to get the fan turned on. This is a little more loose format video just because this morning was GalaCon, and GalaCon was really, really fun. And I just want to talk about some of the stuff that happened there. So I'm also going to be doing my Share Your Battle Challenge video here. This is going to be the main thing of this is going to be showing off my battle with the Furious Chicken, where I finally beat a pro, and so I earned a badge. So Dygycon, they teased us about some ultra cool collectible going on here, and some big announcements and some big things. We had our kitty airdrop come in and happen. I mean, being part of this game has just been crazy. You have the Brave partnership, you have the Gala Games partnership. Gala Games was hanging out with us today at Dygycon. It was all really cool. We got to find out that they have a lot more games coming out, around 7 to 8 titles. We didn't find out what, but there's a whole bunch of really cool things going on, and it's so fun to start to see some of these more cream of the crop projects work together and work with other people. And so there's like a cross blockchain community that's starting to build up, and it's like we're breaking out of our tribes, which I love to see, because it used to be, you know, the ETH guys versus the Bitcoin guys, and the Wax guys versus the EOS guys, and the Hive guys versus the Steam guys, and versus every guys. And now we're all just going, you know what, we're such a small part of the overall world that if we all stopped battling each other and just really showed everybody how powerful cryptocurrency technologies are and how much money they can be making. Because I mean, I'm laughing as I'm watching this, and I'm farming, you know, a good amount of these. I literally made this in like a few minutes, $2. Now, I'm in the US where $2 isn't that much money, but there's plenty of areas of the world where $2 would be a ton of money. And do I have some capital deployed into this? Yeah, but it's not as much capital as people would think to be getting money this fast. And the reason why is because we're starting to see that, you know, some of these projects that are being brave enough, like the Leo project and the Splinterlands projects, to work with other players, are going to take that next step in growth and bringing more people into their project. And I know this is kind of a weird video for your Share Your Battle. I'll get to it. It's going to be an awesome battle. But I just wanted to talk a little bit on some of the news with the Splinterlands stuff. So the big reveal today was that the whores had an ultra rare set of the Splinterlands cards that they put on sale in the Wax blockchain, and they sold out in over 1 minute. We found out about this all during the middle of the day, that at 1 o'clock you could come into Splinterlands, and if you bought some packs, which I did, as you can see I bought 50 packs here, then you could get one set of all of the cards for every 50 that you bought. Which means, honestly, if you were a whale, which may be what have happened, they had 250 sets to give out. If you came in here and bought buku packs, tons of packs, then you would have been able to get a whole bunch of these cards, which are going to be extremely rare NFTs over on the Wax blockchain. And I'm so happy that I'm getting one set, and I had to sell a whole bunch of my Hive because I just bought 100 packs the other day. But I got it, and that's pretty exciting. I also should earn a couple of the badges. I know I'm going to bring up really quickly. Let me just find it. My Atomic Hub. Go ahead and maximize this really quick. So, as you can see, I got my first item from them, which is this Dygycon shirt. They're going to be giving out some other badges and other items, and I might even win something really cool. Here's all those other packs I bought. I actually bought them to be on to get a little bit more chance to get the new airdrop that was coming out the other day, and I did get them in time before the airdrop. But the only sad thing that happened is even though I had 900 packs, how many of the cool new card did I get? Only one. And I know 900 packs, I think I was only guaranteed one, so to only get one was kind of a bummer, which means I didn't like roll the dice and get lucky at all. This is a pretty interesting card here with the 7 cost legendary dragon summoner. I'm going to be watching these. They usually go down in value a little bit. I'm going to have to get some more money into the ecosystem to try to get one maxed out because I just spent all my money on packs that I had here, so that was kind of bad timing. But it's a summoner with healing, which is pretty crazy. It's got this ability here, which is all friendly monsters get True Strike. So this is kind of an interesting idea because this means you could use the monster, this summoner, with some of the guys who are slower, and they won't miss. But they won't be that slow anymore either because it gives 2 speed. So this could run a team that was slow, make them quicker, and they hit hard, but they no longer have a chance of missing. Or you could just make a team that's super fast. It'll be interesting to see how this summoner changes the game. The dragon team is strong, and this design is pretty hilarious. Byzantine Kitty is one of the most feared player to run into in all of Splinterlands, in my opinion. And he during the last Kickstarter, he paid enough to be able to get featured in a summoner card, and here it is, and it's really cool. I like it. I really like playing those really good players. I only beat them occasionally, and it's just fun, to battle against those players and just have a lot of fun playing the game, earning our rewards. I recently did get a 60,000 DEC in one chest, and that was really fun. That's what let me buy my 100 packs to try to get some more in the airdrop. I didn't, but hey, you're going to get what you get, and you can't throw fits, right? That's a joke I tell my kids all the time. Here's the market. They're always really, really expensive in the beginning. As more people claim their airdrops and people who are looking to liquidate at these prices, they'll usually go down. I'll give you a quick example here. If you go to the legendary summoners, so he is the exception. He didn't go down, but see, this one's down at 7, and this one's down at 9, this one's down at 750. The llama's still pretty new, so this one being really, really high, it makes sense. Also, the llama with this last stand thing, you can do some pretty cool stuff with that. We're going to have to see, if people think this one is as devastating as a Jotun or not. Speed, I think, is a underappreciated skill set, and a +2 is pretty dramatic. So you can do you could do a plus speed and a minus speed to the other team, and they get another +2 speed, and you could talk about all of your monsters having a 4 speed advantage in a match. That could be pretty crazy. All right, but let's get to our battle, right? So the team this week, they busted out with the Furious Chicken. The Furious Chicken is one of the funny cards in the game because it's the only card that costs 1. I always like to talk about the card that we're featuring. That only costs 0. It's the only 0 cost card in the game. There's not very many 1 cost cards in the game. But let's go ahead and let's go look at the Chicken. I need to go to reward. No, wait. What set was the chicken in? Oh, I'm on legendary. Duh. I'm sorry. Let me clean this up, everyone. There's the chicken. So I do have a maxed out chicken, and I have some level 1 chickens. I got a few golden chickens too, but I rent those ones out because people like to use them for the extra dark energy crystal, and I like to have a little rental income coming in so I can rent some legendary monsters to help my team. And the gold chickens usually get rented out pretty well. As you can see, this card, even though it's a 0 cost and it doesn't look like it does a whole lot, because you can't get it anymore, it is selling if you wanted to buy a single chicken for almost 50 cents. If you are willing to buy a leveled up chicken, you can get some for a little bit cheaper. So let's talk about the stats. It's an interesting card here. It's mostly a card to just take a spot. It's kind of a shot it's kind of funny. It would be nice, but they haven't implemented it yet. If I could play my level 1 chicken or my level 8 chicken, and I'll tell you why. The level 1 chicken, it can be a sniper decoy, so you can stick him in the back row, and he can take a hit from a sniper. And if you give him armor, he can even take 2 hits from a sniper, and that can be really something that frustrates the other team if you put him in the right spot. But once you get him past level 2 into level 3, he has an attack. He no longer can be a target for a sniper. So you definitely should not level this card up past maybe level 2. I don't really know why you take him up to 2 or keep him at 1 unless you plan to max him out. Because when you max him out, all of a sudden he becomes an awesome card in low mana matches where melee monsters can attack from anywhere, whether that's Super Sneak or Monster Mayhem, or if there's any other sets that would allow it. He becomes a 2 attacker on the board with Enrage. So if you give him an extra life with somebody on your team having a boost to his life, he can end up with even more attack. And if you're running an attack booster, you're talking about a 0 cost card that can have 3 attack. And if you put him in the right place, he'll get off at least 1 super sneak attack, and that can make a big difference in a game. So we're going to go ahead and show, I kind of coincidentally, in my battles today trying to beat a pro, I was having a tough time here. I got beat up by Freedom Fighter. I got beat up by Jace. I got beat up by Jace. And then in the third try against Jace, who was, gracious enough to play me 3 times, Splinterlands team was pretty cool, saying that I found out from Freedom Fighter that we could keep trying to beat a pro, and as long as we beat one, we should earn the badge. So hopefully I get it, and Jace wrote my name down. If not, maybe they'll see the video and they'll know that I did beat him. I got kind of lucky. We were playing in bronze, and I have to admit my bronze play is really rusty, and it's because they did make a change recently to kind of discourage high-level players like me from playing in bronze. It's put me in a weird spot because I don't really have maxed out everything, so when I play with the big boys, I usually run into guys that kick my butt with cards I don't have. And when I played bronze, I used to win bronze tournaments a lot of the times, and it was kind of fun for me because I do have every card. I just don't have every card maxed out. There's a couple cards I don't have. But for the most part, I could join those bronze tournaments and compete and get into the top 4, win a couple of them. But now it's just not worth the time because they increased the price for somebody with as much card power as me. I'm thinking about maybe getting another account. I don't know. That feels like that would be working around what they want because they don't really want players who have a lot of experience playing in those bronze tournaments. The idea behind that, I believe, was to let those people win. So I just don't play in them anymore because they're not. It's not really. It's not there's no point in me playing. I'd have to win the tournament to make money, and if I got second place, I would lose money. So it's like, I only win a tiny bit if I win, and I have to win to win it. That's just too much pressure. It takes the fun out of the game. And I do want, at this point in my career, Splinterlands, after putting lots of money into both Kickstarters, buying lots of alpha cards, lots of beta cards, buying, you saw 900 packs of Untamed cards now. I'll probably get to well over 1,000 packs of Untamed by the time the series is done. That I like to take some rewards out of Splinterlands and put them into other projects. I tend to keep them on the Hive blockchain. I use a lot of my money I made playing this to get into D-City and other things like that. But, it's just because of... But the point of all that is when you haven't played bronze for quite a while and you're trying to make teams... When you're normally making teams that are max level, you totally forget who does what. So, let's go ahead and bring up the battle that I did win, and we'll talk about the rule set. And why I made my team, and what he went for, and how luckily my team did pretty well. It is a bronze match, so I don't usually get to show you low-level matches, but this time I do. We'll pause it, and we'll talk about the rule set and the team setups here. So, this was a 18 mana match, no healing, no legendary monsters, and you could only use Dragon, Earth, or Water. Now, in bronze, I had actually kind of forgot this. This person right here is pretty brutal, normally with a flesh golem right here. But in no healing, he switched it up and went with the stone golem. I myself decided to go for an archer play with Selena Sky and with my chicken sitting right here. Now, the chicken sitting right here in this setup ended up working out pretty well for me, because it was just one spot where this sniper, like I said, at low level, the sniper's going to have to shoot here first. So it helps me out a little bit. One of the things that he did that I thought was maybe a little bit of a mistake is he played a sneak and a snipe. So when you have a sneak and a snipe, that means you're not concentrating your fire on either one of my monsters. So he has to slowly pink away at both of these monsters. Whereas all of my attackers are going to be hitting this front row. With no healing, can I get through this shield fast enough to start taking out this back row? And Thorns is pretty nasty. I do have an 8 HP monster. I went with the Harvester here. I really went for him because I picked out these archers. I went for some, the 2 cost and the 2 cost, 3 cost, and the 5 cost that has the 2, because I wanted one guy that hit a little bit harder. And this guy has 3 attack for 5, and 3 attack at this level is pretty solid. So you'll see this match. It's actually a closer match than some people might think it might have been. But you'll see here, so he hits my chicken. That's his fast attack. Then his next attack, he hits there. The one nice thing was that guy did go first. That was an advantage because it took away his armor. If any of the other guys went first, his armor would have lasted for 2 hits. So the other thing is he's not hitting my front row monster with enough attack. He's only got 1 magic, 1 regular attack, and then the Thorns, if I hit him, is his big attack of doing 2 attack back. But as you can see, again, I got pretty lucky on the roll dice. I had my 3 attack go first. I finished that guy off pretty fast. And now I'm sitting at a place where I'm still going to have my front row monster alive even after this Thorn. So he's going to take 1 more hit. And the nice thing about that is it allows me, even though you might not think it, I'm going to get all my back row people to attack here. And eventually the front row monster is going to bang himself against somebody and kill himself, but it's going to win me the match because now his range person's moved up to the front row, and even though I've only got 2 attackers in the back, he has no more attackers, and the match is over. I went ahead and finally won one here. And I got kind of lucky that my strategy of going archers just played out so well against his strategy of going thorns. He was hoping or planning or just thinking that I would maybe go that way, or I would go mages because he did play a mage reflect monster. But I did decide to go archers. I will admit that playing him in the other matches, I did kind of learn that maybe like this match where he totally dominated me because I went mages and he went magic reflect with archers, and I went magic reflect with mages and he completely dominated me. Here, this fight, I actually thought I would have a chance, and it looked kind of okay. And then the Scarred Llama last stood this flesh golem, and he was just unkillable. It was pretty crazy. It's a pretty funny setup to see somebody make a team where they're just like, I'm just gonna make sure my flesh golem is the last person alive. And I just had no chance with no healing over here on my side. I didn't play a healer, and that was probably my big mistake. I should have probably took these guys off the board and done a healer to help me out, but it was an earthquake game, and it was just kind of funny to watch Flesh Golem. Like, watch, I'll just throw it up on the board here as we finish out this video. It's a little bit longer. Sorry, guys, I was just really talkative today. If you don't hang out for the whole video, then you won't get to see the battle here I lost. I do have a chicken here too, so I'm kind of featuring 2 chicken matches. But you'll see here I went flying. I went with this guy because he has an armor, so he'll live through the earthquake. I was hoping to lower his attackers, but as you can see, maybe that was a mistake because the only people that I'm going to be able to hit with him are the first 2 monsters, even if I get through them all. And the chicken was kind of a funny play. He was just there in case he had played a sniper. I had done that again. And so right here, it's looking like I'm going to dominate this match, kind of, right? I mean, I'm going to kill off his guys. I get a miss there. That's a little upsetting, but then I finish him off there. It's now my 3 monsters versus his 2. I do have an earthquake problem, but look at that, 18 HP all of a sudden. And he's able to self-heal a 6. And at this point, I can only do 5 damage. And so he's gaining life except for the earthquake. So effectively, we're only doing 1 point of damage. And he just laughs at that as he's like, I have 18 HP. Your net 1 gain is not going to kill me. And now you guys are dead. So that was a pretty funny match. That was my first match against him. And I thought, oh boy. But it was a fun day. Dygycon was a blast. I had a lot of fun. I talked with a few people. I chased around and figured out, I think, the quest to go to the certain booths. And I emailed that in, and I caught fish, and I went to a lot of the booths, and I had a lot of fun. And now we all get to wait and see. Some of us might win some cool prizes. I can't wait to get my set of the Horrors cards, which I was absolutely amazed. They did 250 sets. You had to buy 50 cards to get them, and they're gone. So, those disappeared extremely fast. And they gave Splinterlands a nice little boost of quickly 18,000 packs sold before the next airdrop. And that's going to be it for it, guys. It's just Stever82 on YouTube and a lot of different platforms. Thank you all for following me. Once again, it's been so fun to grow my channel. I've been doing a lot of DeFi content. If you're somebody that's just getting into Cub Finance and DeFi, I did make 2 videos about it here. I know some Splinterlands players are probably starting to look at this because it's from the Leo Finance team. I also have a pretty good video for those of us in the US. It's somewhere down here. Yeah, right here. About how to get money off of Binance Smart Chain and into or off of Binance US and into the Binance Smart Chain. That it's a way that you can do it without having to pay very many fees at all, but only for tokens that are supported on Binance US, and they do have lower liquidity. I can't wait till the Leo Dex is up, because when the Leo bridge, or is it the Cub bridge? I don't know what they're going to call it, but they're going to make an any ERC20 to Binance bridge so that we can swap any of our tokens over there to the Binance bridge, and so that'll be pretty cool. But if you're in the US and you're looking for a way to get your BNB onto the Binance Smart Chain, you can sign up for, basically you sign up for Binance, and then you buy some BNB, you withdraw it to a BEP2 address using this Binance wallet. And then this wallet is a bridge in itself. With anything that's on BEP2 in this wallet, it'll transfer it to BEP20. And that's the Binance Smart Chain. So that's the gist of what that video teaches you how to do if you need to check it out. All right, everybody. This is really my goodbye. It was great talking to everybody. As you can tell, I'm in a pretty good mood, even if I did only get 1 Bizen kitty. Bye.